I have a bone to pick with Singapore. I swear that. Chat, is anyone in chat from Singapore? Quick question. I am. Why? Yes, yes, been there. Yes, what's up? Okay. First of all, what the fuck is up with your water bottle pricing? I remember the first time I had a business trip and they're like, Michi, we're sending you to Singapore for a business meeting. I'm like, sir, yes, sir. I'm so excited. I heard a lot of great things about Singapore. I can't wait to go to Singapore. I'm so excited. So here I was, right? Traveling to Singapore. Really happy, really naive. I arrive and I'm like, you know what? I want a
Michi,
bottle of water.
You just
Fuck you.
the
I arrive in Singapore and I'm like, oh, I'm so thirsty. I'm so parched. Let me get myself a bottle, whatever the fuck you call it. I went into a 7-Eleven, right? Like, wow, a 7-Eleven. It's been a while since I've seen one of these. I reached out to grab a bottle of water. Boom, $3 fucking. $3? No, sorry. How much is for a cup of slushy? $3. You're telling me, right? I need to pay the same amount of money for a bottle of water, but if you freeze that, scratch, like you mush it, and then you add shit on top, it costs the same. How does that make sense, lah? No, explain it to me. How? If you buy water, how come it is the same price as if you freeze it, you mush it into nothing, and then you add like syrup, and it costs the same? How come? One, you add syrup. One, I don't add syrup. I need a discount because I am not asking it to be frozen and added syrup. Why is it the same price? That is one. $3 is shocking, you know. Shocking. In Indonesia, you know how much it costs? 32,000. 32,000. You know what I can get in Indonesia? You know how much a bottle of water costs in Indonesia? 6 IDR. 6,000, 6,000 IDR. In Singapore, 32,000 IDR. 32! And then, I'm like, this is fucking disgusting. How come? Oh, Michi, you drink from the tap. But how do I drink from the tap? If I do not have a bottle to drink it from, you think I am going to reach out with my hands, right? I cup it. I go into a sink, and then I pray to the sink, and then I wait for the water to fill my palm, and then I... What? No, I need a bottle to refill, and then I spend $3 to buy a bottle to refill it in a sink. Oh, but Michi, you don't drink it from any sink. You know, you need to have a specific sink. When you are out in the public, there is a sink that looks nothing like a sink. It's like a box, and then it's a drinking fountain, and you refill it in the drinking fountain. Okay. Right? This is one of my other experience because at that time, okay, call me like, kampungan or whatever, I have never seen a drinking fountain in my life. So I have never seen a drinking fountain. So this is my first time. I was there in the Changi Airport. Love it, by the way. Changi Airport, fucking gorgeous. I feel like I can stay there for like 3 days. That place is fucking massive, by the way. But there I was in the Changi Airport. You know, walking around with my cute little bags and everything. And boom! What was that on my left? A silver box and a picture of a guy drinking. And I'm like, oh, I am very thirsty. I wasn't thirsty just now. But now that I see a little caricature of a man drinking from this tap, now I am very thirsty. So there I was making my way to the drinking fountain water. And then I see, how the fuck you drink from this? Okay, there is 2 choices. The first choice is a thing that looks like a question mark. It's like a hook. It points downwards. Right? How do you drink from that? And then the other choice is like a bidet. So it's either do you want the water dripping down into the ground where you have to like tilt your head down and you, right? Or you press a button and then it sprays directly to your face. Oh, your face, you know. Do you want your face washed or do you want to lick? I'm so confused. So I was like, how does this work? So now I am scared. I am scared shitless, right? I'm like, how do you do that? Because I don't want to be wet. I am in the public. You know? Fuck you. I am in the public area. I don't want the water to push into my face. So I took a risk and I pressed that button where it's like a hole that is pointing right at you like a barrel of a gun. And I am praying to the gods. I'm like, please, do not soak me today. It is very hard to take out the clothes from my little backpack. So do not soak me today. So then I click the button and I am bracing myself for like turbulence. You know what I mean? I thought it's gonna be like a Nerf water gun, like pew pew right to my face, right? Whew, bracing. I click it. You know what come out? Nothing. The teeny tiniest like stream of water. So small. So tiny. Like imagine the biggest sink you can ever imagine, right? You click the water button. so tiny. It's like where is the effort? You know, like you have the caricature art on you. You are so fancy. You are in Changi even. Get that water bottle out of here. Fuck you. Like, I don't understand it. You know, like you click the button, the water comes out. Like it doesn't even like you. Like I mean, I'm not paying shit, you know, but what are you paying for? For this? You click it and then it's nothing. It doesn't even care. It doesn't even want to say hello to you. You made the effort to press the button and the water is like, hello, fuck you. So small. And then I have to lean super close anyway. Like, in order to drink from the drinking fountain, I have to fucking like be super, super close. You know, the tip of my nose will touch the little fountain hole, which is kind of disgusting, right? For the next person. Because who would want to drink from that?
For the 3
you know? So I'm like, how the fuck? Now, I look like I'm French kissing, right? At this point, I am standing there. I look like I'm French kissing this water fountain. Very fucking confused, by the way. And I'm like tilting my head and I'm like, how do you drink from this? And then I'm... right? And then I cannot even drink from it because the water dripped from the side of my cheek to my neck. So in the end, I look like I just drooled on myself. I look like I need a bib, like a baby. So I don't understand how to drink from it. Why? Why water bottle? Same price as like a slushy. And why the water fountain doesn't even like you? Why you cannot make like a straw? You know, like a bidet. You know, you point it into your mouth, you go, ah, and then you just click a button and it like right... You know, like shove it right into your throat, down your stomach. Why you make it so fucking complicated?
Thanks, NoBreezer0804 for the 8 resub.
I'm not kidding, chat. The only thing I've ever attempted to French kiss was the water fountain. I tried my best not to touch it because I'm like, that's disgusting. You know, like everyone's gonna drink from it. I don't want to have like my water, my germs touching this because then it will infect the other person, right? But I cannot really keep a distance because the water is like also touching it. Like if the water was making like an actual fountain, makes sense. This is not a fountain, leh. This is like the saddest piss stream I've ever seen. So I'm like, oh, how close? Like, how close am I supposed to be, you know? So I'm leaning, and then everything is wet. My clothes will touch it. It will be wet. And then I try to... Cannot. Because it's so small. Confused. Explain to me. Someone show her the perks and wreck water fountain bit. Dude, that's what, ever since then, that is like my first impression of Singapore. And I was so like naive, you know? I was like, I can't wait to go to Singapore because everyone in Singapore is so cool. They cook. And then you hit me with the upper jab. Water! How? How can I drink like this? How do you survive? Skill issue? Fuck you, chat. I was struggling. Okay, and what's worse is everyone was waiting for me. I had a line forming, you know, people were like standing there as if the water fountain, like you just have to walk like 2 minutes and then you see another water fountain. Why you have to wait behind me? Are you that thirsty? I'm looking left and right. Where are we? We are in Changi, okay? You don't have to wait in line. I am struggling here. I'm getting flustered, you know? Like, I'm standing there, I'm like, how the fuck do I use it? And I turn around, there's people waiting. Like, fuck you, you know? You're not dehydrated. Go away. Stop making me feel more nervous. Now I am super nervous. Some people are like, holy shit, this bitch, what is she doing? Right? Like, she's like, oh my god, that's nasty. Do they not have that at International Indo Airport? At that time, no. This was years ago. At that time, we don't have it, but now I think we do, but I still don't. Like, I love Indonesia. I do cook slay. But I would never drink from the drinking water in Indonesia. If there is a drinking water like fountain in Indonesia, I think we do. In like the more like bigger terminals, I think. But I don't drink from it. Okay, I don't. I'm too scared. It's not normal here. Like even though I know it's like, oh, you can drink from the tap water, don't want to. Like even when I go like abroad, it's so ingrained in my head that I shouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Our tap water is safe here in Singapore. Yeah, but I'm not... You know, it's scary. Here, you come to Indo, right? I can say, yeah, the tap water here is safe. You drink the tap water, you get typhoid, you know? You get sick. You start hallucinating. You're like, wow, Indonesia is so cold. And then you die. So, like, don't risk it. I don't trust it. Because of Indonesia, I cannot drink from a sink. It feels like a sin, you know? Like, imagine you are raised in a place where it's like, no shoes in the house. And then now you're like, you come over to your friend's house... And then they're like laying in bed with like their full shoes on the bed. You're like, oh my god, I am laying in a very germ-filled room right now. This is so disgusting, you know? Yeah, that is gross, right? Yeah, habits die hard. That is the same thing. It feels like you are going to hell. You cannot ask for forgiveness at that point. But it's different water. Water can't fly, so it can't follow you overseas. It's the mentality. You know, recently I told chat's like, here we throw our toilet paper in the trash bin, and chat's like, ew, you flush it, that's disgusting. That's how it feels like. Because, like, you guys are so used to flushing your toilet paper. We are used to throwing it in a trash bin.
When I was growing up, it was common practice for kids to drink water straight out a garden hose in the USA.
Wow. Here, we shower with a garden hose in Indonesia. If you drink from a tap water in Indonesia, okay, it's literally like fuck around and find out. At that point, natural selection. You are playing the life gacha. Either you get... the best I can explain it is like, you know when you play D&D and you drink from a random water source, and it's either you get like plus 20 defenses or death. That's Indo. Either you become so immune, right? You cannot get sick. Literally never. I have a friend, as a kid, he liked drinking like the water from the water hose. Because what we do is like sometimes you use like the hose to like wash cars or motorcycles. My friend liked drinking from that. Never gotten a cough, a flu, never gotten anything. The worst thing he's ever gotten was DBD, which is... What is DBD? Dengue fever. But everyone fucking gets dengue fever here. Aside from dengue, never gotten anything, chat. Bro is fucking immune, right? If you test him, he's like... If there is a zombie outbreak, he probably is like immune to that shit. He is like the thing that can heal people. That's him. Because he's skill diffed. But I have a friend, drank from the tap water, got tipes. No, so instantly sick. Has to be in the hospital for 2 to 3 weeks. So like, it's like fuck around, find out. It's either you get plus 20 defenses or you die. So I don't want to fuck around, find out. Crazy.